Heading into Game 7, the NLCS has probably been the best series of the playoffs. The Dodgers will be sending their young star to the mound in Milwaukee Brewers for this series finale. Coming off an 8-5 season with just a 2.62 ERA, Buehler was possibly the best young pitcher in the game this year. If it weren't for Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna Jr., Buehler would probably be the frontrunner for NL Rookie of the Year. He's held opponents to just a 145 batting average and has been consistent for at least 6 innings for the majority of the year. Expect Dave Roberts to be willing to work his bullpen early if Buehler does not deliver. Clayton Kershaw will most likely be available if Buehler gets in trouble early, while Ryan Madson, Dylan Floro, Pedro Baez, and Kenley Jansen all will need to be ready at a moment's notice. The Dodgers bullpen isn't being talked about nearly as much as the Brewers, but Jansen, Baez, and Floro have been absolutely dominant, all with a 0 ERA in the NLCS, along with Caleb Ferguson, who has been Dave Roberts' main lefty out of the pen. The Dodgers pen may not have the names that the Brewers does, besides Jansen of course, but they have been equally as dominant in this series. For the Brewers, Ulysses Chacin will be the starter before they turn to a fully rested Josh Hader and their bullpen. This postseason, Chacin has made 2 appearances, both for 5 innings, allowing 3 hits per start and no runs. Relievers Corey Knebel and Josh Hader have been absolutely dominant for the entire year, and while Jeremy Jeffress has been a bit shaky for the Brewers this postseason, I don't think Craig Counsell will hesitate to use him depending on how the game goes. If Chacin gets in trouble early, Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff are 2 guys that can fill the middle innings in an attempt to bridge the gap to Knebel and Hader. The Dodgers have some power bats on their bench in Matt Kemp and Brian Dozier to use when Hader comes into the game, so look for some pinch hit opportunities for those 2 guys in the later innings. Probable NL MVP Christian Yelich has been pretty quiet throughout this entire series. He's only managed a 167 average in comparison to the 250 he hit in the division round. However, he did manage a crucial double in the 2nd inning yesterday before scoring off another double from Ryan Braun. Braun, the 2011 NL MVP, has kind of had a career rebirth, and he's hit .348 this postseason, continues to hold the 3rd spot behind Kane and Yelich. Prior to Game 6, the Brewers were 5 for 35 with runners in scoring position, but in Game 6 their bats came alive and went 5 for 16. Jesus Aguilar had a big day and will be relied on to come through in this Game 7. The Dodgers once again have a different lineup than their previous game, with the right-hander Chacin taking the hill. Manny Machado started this series hot, but only has 1 hit in his last 3 games and struck out 3 times during yesterday's game. The Milwaukee Crow was going at him yesterday, and I'm starting to wonder if this guy can handle the pressure. He wants this $300 million contract in the offseason, so he better show he deserves it tonight. We all know that this Dodgers lineup is talented, but the most important thing is their overall depth. Hader is going to pitch 3 innings today, I am almost certain, and having righty bats off the bench is going to be huge. Now Hader is so nasty, righty-lefty matchups don't really affect it all too much, but having veteran like Matt Kemp and Brian Dozier certainly won't hurt the Dodgers. To me, all signs are pointing to a low-scoring game, and to me, I think the team that scores first is going to take this. The big thing to look at is the fact that Walker Buehler hasn't been as good in the playoffs. He got rattled by the fans in Atlanta in the NLDS, and the crowd in Milwaukee is not going to do him any favors. However, this guy might be the most confident young pitcher in the game, and I honestly think he's going to step up in this game. My prediction is that the Dodgers get on the board early with a home run or an extra base hit, and I think the Dodgers are going to get shut down by Buehler and their bullpen. What do all you think? Who's going to advance to Beantown to take the Red Sox on Tuesday? Let me know.